Questions?
I have one that's sort of related and not related.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was coincidental or on purpose, but your biological understandings very nicely mirror Hermetic philosophy. And I was wondering if that was intentional.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, I'm a student of Hermes, and it's all, it's all true. In fact, the Hermetic arts, the Hermetic science was the fundamental most. It was first. Out of it came everything: astronomy, astrology, chemistry, biology. All knowledge came from the original. The original was a Hermetic understanding. So it's a good question. The question is, how did we get where we are today? How did we go from being knowledgeable creatures living in harmony with nature to where we are today? And one thing to keep in mind when we answer that question is, again, to remember that the universe functions out of necessity. So clearly this was necessary. And I think a really good metaphor for understanding why it is necessary to go into darkness is because of the polarity of the universe. Light is light only because darkness is darkness. Up is up only in relation to down. So we had to go in a state of unknowing to be awakened. Okay, now I have a seed of an oak. I have an acorn. An acorn can be an oak tree. And I can't just put that seed into the light. I have to stick it down into the darkness of the earth. And it's got to go into this darkness, and we got to see some struggling with those roots. And then we'll have the acorn tree. So my answer, if we were to say why is because it was necessary to happen. How is very interesting. There is a phenomenon that is the bane of human existence, a necessary phenomenon. It's called vanity. And vanity begets something called greed. And it's vanity and greed that have led us away from the truth, and where profit becomes more important than love and compassion. So greed and vanity usurp love and compassion. And 99.9% of the human race is motivated by those. And so what do we see? We see, gosh, if I can come up with this concept of disease instead of homeostatic corrective measures, we got a disease. We got to cure it. How do I cure it? I got this cure. It'll only cost you. And that's how it goes. So really, in fact, in all of life, when something doesn't make sense on some very deep level, then all you have to do is follow the money to get the answer. And that's how this happened. And the why it happened is because no matter how bad things look, I guess it was necessary. Everything I said today, did you not know it? You knew it. In fact, you never learn the truth. You remember the truth. You recognize the truth. Okay? So if you know something and you don't recognize it, then you are in a process called ignoring it. You're ignoring it. And that's the basis of the word ignorance. Ignorance is ignoring. It's not incapable. It's ignoring.